Happy Friday, my YouTube friends and family. It's me, Bridget, from Bridget and Justin, starting from scratch. Hello. I'm sending lots of love and light to you all, okay? So, happy Mother's Day weekend to all my moms, okay? So, I'm going to talk a little bit about that. If you guys want to stick around, please give me a like, please give me a subscribe, and please leave me a comment in the comment section, okay? So, let's begin. I've been a mother for 5 great years, okay? From a child, obviously, that I birthed, as you guys know. If you're new here, my son's name is Justin, and he's my everything. He's my world, okay? So I am a mother by, birthing my son, okay? But I want to say Happy Mother's Day to every single mom in the world who's ever had a cesarean section, okay? We can get on that topic if you want another time. Just leave me a comment. And vaginal birth, I want to give a great shout out to all my moms that have given birth through cesarean section, vaginal birth. I'd like to give a Happy Days mother shout out to moms who have adopted children, okay? Because you guys are all great, and there's so many kids in the system. There's so many kids in this world that just need loving parents and loving homes. So happy Mother's Day to you all, okay? Now, I want to say happy Mother's Day to the people that have not actually birthed any children, and for the people who actually have not adopted children, but have nieces and nephews and have friends that have children, and they're always helping their friends out with their children and stuff like that. You guys know what it's like to mother somebody, right? So you have that motherly love, you have that motherly instinct. Women, it's in our nature to be protectors, providers, and to be nurturers by nature. So I always say that you don't have to have birthed a child to have mothered many, okay? So, happy Mother's Day, happy Mother's Day weekend, and I hope everyone just has a blessed weekend, okay? Today and always, anyway. So now when it comes down to what to expect for Mother's Day weekend, okay? Everybody's expecting something different, right? I mean, are we going to get presents? Are we going to get candy? Are we going to get some dinner? What are we going to get, right? Well, let me just tell you something. Some people don't get anything, right? Okay? Some people don't have relationships with their kids' fathers. Some people don't have friends, aunts, uncles, people to call them up and say Happy Mother's Day. So I want to tell you Happy Mother's Day, okay? And, I see you, okay? If you happen to land on my channel, stay here, subscribe, and, become a part of our family, okay? I feel like a lot of mothers don't get the credit that they deserve, okay? And some mothers will never get the credit that they deserve from the people that they wanted most to see them, right? But let me tell you who's the most important that sees you. The most important person that sees you be a mother or mother many and be a nurturer is number one, God above, okay? Most High doesn't miss anything, all right? That's why they say if you're going to do something, do it genuinely from your heart, okay? When it has to do with giving or caring or your time or your finances and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Or just any little act of kindness. Do it because you want to do it, and do it from your heart, okay? Because God sees your acts of service and acts of kindness. And He's the one that doesn't forget. And let me tell you who else sees you. That child sees you, okay? That son, that daughter, okay? That adopted child sees you and sees how you adopted them and transformed their life into something great. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's a lot. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, if nobody sees you, God sees you, and those kids see you. And that is the most important thing, I promise you. I promise you. And you know that too. You should know that, moms. All right. Now, if you're still with me, please give me a thumbs up. Please give me a like. comment, and subscribe if you're still here, all right? And tell me what you're going to be doing this Mother's Day weekend, if anything, or what do you expect, right? Okay? Some people's expectations are large, some are small, some don't have any expectations, right? Okay, so I'll just tell you a little bit of a story time, okay? I can remember when, I'm a mom of one child, and I can remember when, in the first few years of his life, I used to get cute little things for Mother's Day, right? Whether it be dinner cooked, go out to dinner, roses, a teddy bear, really thoughtful, sweet, kind little things. I'm not talking about anything grandiose, just things of acknowledgement, and that meant so much to me, right? And then it became a time where those things have ceased, right? So that does hurt when it's your kid's father and they're not the ones who show you the most love or respect on Mother's Day. Whether you're together or not, it's still about love and respect, right? And kindness. That's what the world is about, right? It doesn't matter if you're not together. It doesn't matter if you are together. It doesn't matter if you're together on your own terms, because you all know what I'm talking about. You don't have to be in, some glorified relationship with this big title for, you guys to really be living life together, or had lived life together, or had many memories that you've shared together, right? And I'm not saying that's good nor bad. I'm just saying that everybody has a different dynamic and a different situation, okay? But for me, again, let me say this. When my mom was here and my grandparents were here, I always made them feel special because they were the women in my life. They were the women in my lives. And me being a professional dog groomer by trade and a dog rescuer, I always had animals. So my friends and mom and stuff, they used to also call me sometimes and say Happy Mother's Day to me and stuff like that. Because again, I was a nurturer, so I was mothering many, right? And I appreciated that so much. That made me feel so good. Especially I had my son later in life. I didn't know if I was going to have a child or not. You know what I'm saying? So me knowing the way that I looked after my dogs and stuff like that, they were my kids. You couldn't tell me no different, right? So that was nice. That felt really, really good. Now, what also is nice is when, let's say, a kind friend, a male or a female, reaches out to you and, just lets you know that they see you when you do have a child, that they see you. And that you are a good mom. Like, you don't need that validation. No one to tell you that. And don't ever look for that, ladies. Never look for validation in people, especially about who you are as a mom. Okay, because that's not their place to make you feel good about who you are. Okay, but it feels good to get the love, to get the warmth, to get the genuine hospitality. Of, hey girl, like, you know what I'm saying? I see you. You do such a good job. Happy Mother's Day. Here's some flowers or a gift certificate or, just a friendship thing, That feels amazing. Okay. And I've had some of my friends do that over the years too. And that felt amazing. Okay. Now that I am a mom and I have obviously one child's father, what does mean, I would say, the most to me, if I were to get something or I were to have acknowledgement on Mother's Day, would be now my child's father, because I am an everyday mom. Like, I do this, right? He has other children and other responsibilities too, so I do this. And I do this a lot alone with my son, right? Don't get me wrong. He's a phone call away. And, he has been a part of my son's life, in our lives and stuff like that. But it's just, we're not together, right? So I don't expect romance, right? But it's nice when your child's father, if you're friends or, you know, you haven't seen anybody since your child's father or something like that, and they acknowledge you and they say, you know what, you're a great mom, you're doing a good job, and, you know, wherever you slack off or wherever you need a break, I'll pick up the pieces for you. Don't worry about it. Because I see you. I see you working hard day and night with our child, right? A person like me, for Mother's Day, the most thing that somebody can give me is respect. And just ask me how I'm feeling. And ask me, what might I want, right? Like, how could they be of service? And I might say, well, you know what? It's been a long time since I've had a massage. Maybe I can just make an appointment and get my little massage. Maybe I can just take a walk around the mall by myself and kind of just see what's new, what's out there, and just have the time to myself to just like eternalize, like, you know, just being away from my child for a while. And I think every mom should get that, and every mom deserves that, you know, because we were people before we had children. And sometimes that's when we get lost in life. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of times in life where you can get lost and lose yourself and stuff like that. And that can turn into all kinds of, as you know, depressions, anxieties, and that can turn into a very lonely place. And it can also just turn into frustration. It can turn into a lot of things you can manifest from just not being happy, from being able to have your own individuality as a mom. So I just want to say to you moms that, you know, no matter what somebody is giving you, whether they're giving you a kind word, or there's some moms that their children's fathers don't even talk to them and they don't even talk to each other, right? Maybe you guys already moved on and you got that stepdaddy, right? Or, you know, you got a man in your life or something like that, and he's, you know, just making up for it, and that's great. I salute every man and every woman who acknowledges moms on Mother's Day, whether it's a kind word, whether it's her favorite food, right? Her favorite chocolates, something she needs, right? There's no better feeling than somebody surprising you and saying, you know what, I got this for you, and you don't know what it is, and you look at it and you're like, and you're so surprised because you're like, oh my God, you were thinking of me, or you remembered, or you were paying attention, right? Ladies, that's what we like. We like when we know that when we're speaking, people are paying attention. The person that we're talking to was paying attention, right? They took note. And when it's a special day, they decided, hey, you know, let me give her this, you know, because we're all humans and we all have feelings, right? And we shouldn't have to feel like just because we've had a child that our own individuality has to be compromised to the 10th power. Don't get me wrong. You know, when you become a mom, you know, you're a mom first. At least I am. I'm a mom first, right? My son. But when I say that, I have to admit, I've said that all his life. I'm a mom first. And I just realized as I said that, that kind of doesn't even sound right. That kind of doesn't even sound right to me, because if I'm not me first and I'm not putting me first, how am I going to 100% put that work into my son and be there for him? So in me doing this video for you guys, you know, and talking out loud and stuff like that, it's so therapeutic that I just realized something myself, that, you know what, the more that I put Bridget first and the more that I take time out for Bridget, and it could just be sitting in the other room reading a book when he's sleeping and stuff like that, and, you know, not hearing the cartoons and just like vibing off by yourself and stuff like that, and doing some journaling and stuff like that, meditating, reading your little Bible and stuff like that. Really, that's what I get, that's what I do and stuff like that. But it hasn't always been like that, right? I think everybody's mom journey and experience is different, even though we're all the same, right? Even though we're all moms and mothers, I feel like our journeys and our experiences are so interesting, and they're so different. And I just love sharing. I love sharing, especially if I could help somebody and somebody can help me. Yeah, if you're still with me, please give me a like. Please give me a comment. Please give me a subscribe. Okay, I really need it. My channel is on its way to 500 subscribers, and then we're on our way to 1,000, and I cannot wait. I want to go live with you guys. I want to do so many fun things with you guys. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a good thing. You know, growth is good. So really, I just wanted to let everyone know that they are loved. You know, because again, if nobody sees you, God sees you. And if no one sees you as a person, that child sees you. And I promise you, that's what matters most, right? So when we're looking for extra outside of that, it's nice when you get it. And I'm so happy that you do. And I salute all of you fathers, especially, that help make moms' worlds go round. And you know, show them love for Mother's Day, and you get them something. Make sure you call them, and, you know, you show them some extra love and stuff like that, because no man will ever know what it's like to be a woman, and no man will ever know what it's like to be a mom. Okay? You know what it's like to be a father and a dad and a man, but you would never know what it's like to be a woman and be a mom. Okay? So, you know, it's just be kind. And I feel like, you know, ladies, I know that in our hearts, most of us have such big hearts and stuff like that, that any little thing somebody gives us and stuff like that, we cherish it, and it's the thought that counts. I'm very much like that. Like, it's the thought that counts, and you know, I love it, right? However, if you are in a relationship with your child's father, and you are with a man and stuff like that, and you have your children, this is what I want to say to you. And a few years ago, I probably wouldn't have said this, but I'm going to say it now. Know your worth, like, as a mom, when you're in a relationship. And if you want to go out to dinner and you have one of these mans that are just passive and some men don't put the work in, regardless if it's Mother's Day or any day. We do have some men like that, obviously, that, you know, they're emotionally unavailable and they're mentally unavailable. You know, so for them, it's just another day and you're together. That would make it so much worse, right? Not being acknowledged at all on Mother's Day with like a card, you know, some chocolates and some flowers, you know what I'm saying? And a nice, you know, genuine look in the face and just saying how much they appreciate you. Because this job is a full-time job. It never ends. And it's the hardest job that someone will ever have. But I will say, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, it's the most rewarding job I've ever had, is birthing my son. It really is. It's put everything in perspective for me. It's put a lot of things in perspective for me. And I'm still only but yet learning. And I love my son, right? But I'm just saying, it's okay to expect to want more, ladies. It's okay. You don't have to feel guilty about wanting more, okay? Because we should be able to get what we want when we're in a relationship. We shouldn't have to settle for somebody who's emotionally or mentally unavailable when it's clear that they see you take care of the kids all day and you take care of the house all day and stuff like that. And, you know, maybe you cooking and stuff like that for the kids and for him and stuff like that. That's a lot. And don't let me add on if you have a job too. another job outside of being a mom, right? That's outside of the house. That's a lot. So if you do have the kind of a person in your life that unfortunately does not acknowledge Mother's Day for you and run you a nice bath of hot water or, you know, stuff like that, and give you the little things that matter, that's not very nice of them. If you don't care, I don't care, okay? But I'm just saying you should care, right? Because you teach people how to treat you. And if Mother's Day means something to you, then if you have a partner that you can talk to, you should always have a partner you can confide in. You should always have communication with your partner. And if you want to go out for that nice romantic dinner, tell him ahead of time. If he doesn't say anything about it, just say, hey, heads up, I don't know if you have any plans for us on Mother's Day, but I would like to kind of like visit this new restaurant, or, you know, maybe a old favorite restaurant that you like, or it could just be a night on the town, or, you know, a pretty dress that you like. It could be anything simple, you know, depending on where your relationship is at. And just, you know, obviously always show kindness and appreciation back to your mate and stuff like that, because men love to feel appreciated, right? But I'm just like growing and everything to myself, and I'm just like, I was one of those people all my life where I show appreciation a little bit too much, and I show so much gratitude and stuff like that, that I've been in situations where people kind of take my kindness for my weakness and like think that, you know, you don't want them to think that you don't know your worth. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's even if you celebrate Mother's Day. But I'm just saying, if you do, and you do want something, and you do want that night out, it could be with him, with your friends, or whatever the case may be. Don't be afraid to communicate that, because that's love. That's a part of the love, saying, hey, hon, you know, I really would like us to visit this restaurant. We haven't gotten a chance to get out away from the kids for a while. You know, can we go to this restaurant for Mother's Day or something like that? Or can, you know, this happen or something like that? I'm just saying, you know, if you're not sure if, you know, your mate is going to do anything with you or for you. And even if you are, it's okay to express yourself, ladies. Okay? So I'm going to get ready to end this video. My hair is so frizzy. It's another rainy day outside here in Rhode Island. My goodness. I mean, if you guys watch my channel and follow me, you'll see that I've been making a lot of rain, you know, short little rain videos, and I've been making shorts with rain and thunder and stuff like that. We've been having a lot of that. It's so beautiful. I have the windows here open, but I had my hair out and stuff like that, and my hair just got so frizzy. But I'm just like, it's okay. You know. So yeah, and last but not least, all of you moms out there, this is the most important thing. Besides God, always acknowledging your worth and what you do, and your sacrifice for those children that you've bared, and those people that you take care of, right? And besides that child with them big bright eyes looking up to you, showing you love and giving you a hug and saying thank you, mommy, and loving you all the time for the things that you do. I want you to know that you're enough, right? And I want you to make sure that you learn even more to value yourself and know that you are enough and you do go above and beyond, okay? It's okay for moms to get tired. We do a lot, okay? It's okay. And most importantly, it's what you do for yourself for Mother's Day, okay? And everything else is an extra added bonus, right? And I mean, literally, when you become a mom, just taking a longer shower is a treat. Or taking a longer bath is a treat. Seriously, when you have children. Even if they're sleeping. and you're taking a nice long bath with, like, let's say a little charcuterie board or something like that, either a glass of tea or a glass of wine, whatever your preference is, or a glass of water or something like that, that feels so good and rewarding, right? Even though it's still in the back of our head, we're like, is he gonna wake up? Is she gonna wake up? Is anybody gonna call? Right? It's like, as a mom, your mind just keeps going and going and going. But if you can just take that time out for yourself to give yourself a nice bath or a nice shower, wash your hair, you know, I mean, these things, some people are probably watching this and saying, oh, that's so easy to do. I do that all the time. I do that every day. Well, ethnic women, I don't know that we do, because I'm not in there washing my hair every day. I'm sure not drying my hair out every day. But it takes time for me to detangle, untangle, and all this other stuff. So it's a mission. I got to take time out to do so, right? But I'm just saying, make some time to do something that you want to do for yourself. And if that entails that you have to be in the house and do it, that's fine. I'm all into self-love and self-care in the house or around your house. Things that are free, you know. Taking a nice walk. Go get yourself your favorite Ben & Jerry's ice cream, or your favorite, you know, goodies or snack, or bake yourself that nice indulgent cake or whatever, right? Get a good little recipe out of a recipe book that you've been wanting to try, and go to the market and get the stuff and cook that for yourself. Make yourself a good breakfast or a good lunch or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't even have to be that. It could just be letting yourself know that you're aware and you love yourself, right? Give yourself positive self-affirmations of love and gratitude and respect. And make sure that you always tell yourself how much you love yourself, and give yourself a big, 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 big hug, right? Big, 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 big hug. And yeah, that's what it's about. That's what Mother's Day is about. It's about a lot more, I'm sure, right? But those are the things that were at the top of my head and at the top of my list. And, you know, yeah, just practice self-love and taking care of yourself, because if you don't do that and no one else does that, who's going to do it for you? And no one's going to do it like you do it, right? No one's going to do it like you do it. No one's going to wash your hair pretty and roller set it and do all these things and just, you know, go to the store and get yourself your little favorite little whatever you want like you will. Some of you guys have really, really good men out there, though. And I love that for you. I love that for you. And so they know how to go to the store and get you a bunch of goodies. But, you know, you guys know my overall point is that Mother's Day, just like any other day, but especially on Mother's Day, if you want to put the emphasis on there and celebrate it, just know that it really is about self-love. And, you know, it's about God sees you, your children see you. And also it's about paying attention to the people around you who do acknowledge you, right? And don't feel bad if they don't acknowledge you. Don't feel bad. People are busy, you know, I mean, if it's like your friends, or people are busy and doing their own thing and stuff like that. I just want you to know there's no scale, okay? It doesn't make you a better mom or any less of a mom if somebody doesn't wish you a happy Mother's Day, okay? But just know that I am wishing you a happy Mother's Day. That child and those children are wishing you a happy Mother's Day. God is looking down on you with your children and his children and saying good job, okay? Hopefully you have a partner that's going to help celebrate you. I hope you gentlemen do a good job by your ladies. And hopefully those babies' fathers do come through and show acknowledgement to their children's mothers. I mean, I just feel like there should be some kind of like hierarchy when it comes to things. Like, it's not even about being together. It's about respect. You know, it's about being kind. It's about reaching out and saying, you know, hey, maybe we don't get along, but you know what? You are a good mom and I won't take that from you. So happy Mother's Day to you, right? Because kindness is free and it comes from the heart, right? So blessings, everyone, and happy Friday. Have a great weekend, and I will see you soon. Mwah. Bye, guys.